Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions, and my name's Craig. And if y'all haven't been living under a rock, there's a lot of protests going on in the U.S. at this point, and there's certainly been a lot of anti-ICE protests in Los Angeles, and it's so hilarious. If you listen to the media, you'd think that the city's burning to the ground. I mean, they show the same thing burning over and over and over again. And the protests are all isolated to just a very small area downtown. And the rest of LA is just dandy. There's still, you've got Disneyland open, there's still movie openings. Hollywood Boulevard is, still got plenty of tourists and everything. It's just a bunch of BS. And Trump has also said that if it wasn't for him sending in the National Guard and everything, LA would have burned to the ground. Of course, he made that comment before the National Guard even got there. But what is truth these days? But it's just hilarious. So I'm going to play this song ironically. This is an old song. This is off of a Smithsonian Folkways album, so I'm not sure how old it actually is, but it's by Reverend Fredrick Douglas Kilpatrick, and I guess it's got Jimmy Collier with him too. But anyway, the name of the song is "The Cities Are Burning," so it has not gotten to this point yet, and who knows? Who knows what may happen? Anyway, here we go.
Lord, these cities are burning all over the USA. Yes, these cities are burning now all over the USA. Yes, if these white folks don't settle up pretty soon, we all gonna wake up in Judgment Day. God told Noah about it, by the rainbow sign. There'll be no more water, but there'll be fire the next time. The Bible is fulfilling now. All over the USA. Yes, if these white folks don't settle up soon, the USA, we all gonna wake up in Judgment Day. Yeah. The first in Los Angeles in a section they call Watts, then Newark, New Jersey, New York, and 80 more cities all began to rock. Those cities were burning all over the USA. Yes, if these white folks don't settle up soon, we all gonna wake up in Judgment Day. Our Father which art in heaven. White man owed me $100, he didn't give me but $7. hallowed be our name, thy kingdom come. Hadn't taken that 7, you know, I wouldn't have gotten none. That's why these cities are burning all over the USA. The only solution I see to this whole thing is non-violent through Martin Luther King.
Well, I don't know. That was, like I said, recorded by Smithsonian Folkways in '68. So I don't think it's too far off there. I mean, Martin Luther King was assassinated in '68, and he mentioned the Watts riots, which were huge and violent. And yeah, there was a period of time where the cities, there were riots in the cities all over the USA, and yeah, they were violent, burned a lot of stuff. I can't remember what year it was. I remember I was in Watts, I guess it was like 71, 72, something like that. And I was hitchhiking and I had gotten left off there in the middle of the night, And so trucked my little white ass down into town and, went to an all-night donut shop and then went to an all-night soul food restaurant, and really had quite a fun time. But yeah, I remember that it was just a few years before they burned Watts, So anyway, that was, like I say, that was funny. And that is not what's going on in the U.S. right now. We did have a bunch of protests yesterday, which was, it's Trump's birthday, and oh yeah, supposedly the 250th anniversary of the formation of the U.S. Army, but it was Trump's birthday, so it had a big military parade in Washington, which was poorly attended. I mean, it was hilarious, and cost like $45 million to do it. And meanwhile, in the rest of the country, there were these massive protests. I mean, 100,000 in L.A., 200,000 in, I think it was Philadelphia. I don't know, man, but it was in every big city in the country and in small towns. I mean, we had one here in Norman. There were several others in little dipshit towns in Oklahoma, and this is a really red state, so it was nationwide. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I thought that would be ironic to play that. It's like, you guys don't realize what it could be. So anyway, I will be back, so hit like, subscribe, and all that, and we'll see you all then. Bye-bye.